It's the latest effort to end Australia's detention of asylum seekers, particularly children on the island nation of Nauru. And this time the calls for moving them are coming from within the leadership in Canberra. MPs belonging to the Liberal Party, which leads Australia's Conservative coalition government, have demanded that underage asylum seekers be immediately transferred. The demands were made after the UN weighed in on the matter.
In the context of deteriorating health and reduced medical care, Australia must act now to prevent further tragedy and loss of life. UNHCR renews its call for refugees and asylum seekers to be moved immediately to Australia, where they can receive adequate support and care.
Nauru is located almost 3,000 kilometres northeast of Australia. It houses one of several offshore detention centres operated by Canberra on Pacific islands like Nauru and Papua New Guinea's Manus Island under a controversial policy known as the Pacific Solution. The policy was introduced by the government of former Prime Minister John Howard in 2001 to prevent asylum seekers from reaching Australia's shores. The policy was stopped after criticism in 2007, but then was reintroduced in 2012 by the Labour government. Currently, 1,534 people are held at all such centres. Nauru holds 218 detainees. That's a big drop from its peak in 2014, when more than 14,000 asylum seekers were held in all such facilities. The centres have been under criticism after human rights groups and activists documented widespread abuses by guards and the administration. The groups described the conditions as being like concentration camps and children being most at risk of harm. That doesn't seem to have changed.
When I went to visit these children at home, they had taken to their bed. They were no longer eating or drinking sufficient amounts to keep themselves alive. Many were not able to toilet themselves. They were incontinent of urine and feces. And when I tried to talk to them, to these children that previously would talk back to me, they would not respond. They would just stare through me. And seeing that level of deterioration in the children was really quite horrific.
But a campaign led by the Australian Medical Association seems to be working. Sustained pressure on the authorities in Canberra to evacuate the children has started to help. 11 children have been taken off the island in recent days. Will that continue despite reluctance from Australian leaders? And will rising public pressure finally see these detention facilities shut down? Shoaib Hasan, The Newsmakers.